Well, infected is just about ready to go to scrap. So we need to fill up the rest of this car. There's some space underneath here and some space up at the firewall and some space back here. Look at that, there's even space right here. So I got a new car and I'm trying to keep the content coming for you guys. Now this is another one of those cars that I'm gonna probably be building and not derbying. So the story is with this car is I was offered this car in the fall, but I didn't want it. So I gave it to a buddy. Buddy had it all winter, did a little bit of stripping, headlights, taillights, that kind of thing. And then he told me he didn't want it. So I got it off him for scrap. And then I start talking about it and he's seen it on the trailer and seen how kind of clean the underside was. And he told me that he would like to actually derby it. He just doesn't have the space or the time to build it. So we are going over the stuff I'm going to do this. Strip, cage, spindle swap, wiring, battery cables, tuck trunk, bumper, rear spindle swap, maybe. Angle iron on hood, pre-bend, brake line to rear removed, frame. Frame shortened and strut blocks. He is going to supply me with a shifter, a window bar, a gas tank, and fuel line. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing to this. So yeah, this is going to be a, I believe this is a W-body 2002 Buick Century. We're going to be getting rid of the aluminum in the front. We might be getting rid of the aluminum in the back. I'm going to try to see if Toyota Camry spindles kind of fit this thing half decently. Yeah, so there's lots of things that we're going to do to this. But today we're going to kind of strip it out because it smells like vomit and old cigarettes in it. And I'm not a fan of that. So it's been about 35 degrees here all week. And today it is 17 degrees and I am freezing. So this is the perfect day to go outside and strip this car when it's not too hot. So we're going to get a battery, toss it in this thing, drive it up there and start stripping it out and getting it infected filled. Well, that didn't take us long. We got the back window out, side windows out, all of the interior panels out. We got all the wiring out of the trunk except for the factory gas tank wires because they go underneath over there and then they come back up to here. That will all be coming out in the future, but not right now. We did a quick vacuum. We got out a lot of broken glass because I only had to take out the back window. But I will say, there was so many cigarettes in here, I probably could have made 4 packs of old stale water-soaked darts. So that was kind of gross, but it's all out now. Maybe with all the airflow now we'll stop smelling like vomit and cigarettes and wet dog. But we did underneath there. We haven't really done anything underneath the hood yet. Car still runs and drives, but the reason why we stopped stripping it right now is because the dumpster car is full. Yeah, I definitely don't think I could put any more in it or on it and make a safe trip. Actually, at this, I think it's going to be a little bit of a sketchy trip anyway. So now we're just going to move the Buick, back the Dodge in, load this on the trailer, and then I guess we're going to continue moving wiring inside this. I guess I can start putting a cage into it. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure. I guess airbags come out, but then I'd have to put those into there. I guess I could find room for airbags in there, but yeah, that's basically about it. Now, a lot of you guys that do GMs are always terrified of security. Honestly, I've never, that's not true, I've set one car into security, but it wasn't really security. The computer fried on me because it got wet, and I thought it was security. But I've honestly never had a GM go into security on me, and I cut and move wires like crazy. The secret is if you just take something that's been grounded, when you move it to somewhere else, re-ground it, that is the secret. So there was a ground here, and a ground over there, right about there, I think. And they're now both put right there. The two grounds are grounded out right there. So when you guys move something, make sure you put the grounds back. And if you think you're going to lose them, just put tape on them that's a bright color so that way you know to ground them. Just, that's the secret to it. We've got all the trim off, all the inside of the doors, everything like that. So yeah, pretty much we're going to be getting that thing ready for scrap now. So when this goes on the trailer, I'm going to remove the struts in the front, I'm going to remove the tires, going to remove the top sway bar, top motor mount. I basically want to keep this motor, and transmission's garbage, but motor's good. I want to keep the front struts, tires, steering, all that fun stuff. And then in the back, once it's on the trailer, I'm probably going to pull the rear struts and trailing arms all off this, just because, you know, it's already half out and they're not broken, so you might as well try to save them. So that's probably what we're going to try to do to the back of this. So I guess let's get the Dodge in here and see what we can do. Well, that was a bit of a good workout. We got all these rims that were here just loaded because, you know, scrap's on its way back up because Corona's on its way back out. So it's nice to see scrap prices going back up, and those were in my way anyway. So fill up the back of my truck while I'm making a trip. I got the motor pulled with subframe. Transmission is garbage, but it's just easier to leave it on there. And when they pick the car off, this will stay. It's strapped down on its own. Winch is hooked to it as well. I've checked, there's nothing connected to it anywhere. Car is completely stuffed. A little bit of space left here on driver's side door. But what we've saved is all the rear suspension and the front two struts. So honestly, the subframe's already been taken out of it in the back. The front subframe's been taken out because it's staying with the motor. This thing is jam-packed. Like, you can't put nothing else in here. But yeah, pretty overall happy. You know, we got the Buick stripped and in here, and this thing here has been a dumpster car for a while now, but it's just time to let her go. You know, you were a crappy Solera. You held up really good, like the body wise, but honestly, every time I ran you, something stupid happened. Something stupid happened. So I'm actually not even sad that you're leaving. Good riddance to you, infected. But yeah, this ushers out a Solera heading to scrap, and the Buicks start to be built. So, oh well, everybody, thanks very much for watching, and I'd like to keep you guys up to date with what I'm doing, because yeah, with no derbies going on around me this year, it's going to be pretty hard to keep everybody up to date. So, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow.